Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wahdatur Rahmani. I'm from English Department, Faculty of Teacher, Training and Education Makau Anwar University. My goal to make this video to final exam about storytelling. The title is The Legend of Karang Bolong Beach. Once upon a time, there was a peaceful kingdom of the Kertasura. However, the king was so sad because his wife was in a terrible ill. The king would do anything to see his wife well again. He had called all physicians in his kingdom, but none of them were capable to cure disease. The queen's condition got worse day by day. She was so skinny and helpless. The queen's condition made the king worried so much. His actions not only affect himself but also the people of the kingdom. The government was not running as it should be. When it came to the prosperity of the people of the kingdom, an advisor should take an action to advise the king to solve the problem. My lord, I think it will be better if you find a quiet place to pray to the Almighty God for the queen's health, said advisor to the palace. The next day, the king left the palace and go to the quiet place to the meditation. It was no easy sign. There were many temptations during the meditation. However, the king could surpass all of them. One night during his meditation, the king heard a voice. "Stop your meditation. If you want to cure the queen, you must take a flower reef in Pantai Selatan." Later, the king immediately returned to the palace and asked his advisor about the voice he heard. Pantai Selatan is so spacious. However, I'm sure the place that voice says is in Karang Bolong region. There are many caves in which coral reefs grow. I think Your Majesty could find the flower reef there, said the advisor with confidence. Not long after that, the king asked his loyal servant, Adipati Surti, to go to Karang Bolong region to find the flower reef. Adipati Surti did not go alone. He was accompanied by two loyal companions, Sanglar and Sanglur. After a few days of walking, they finally arrived in Karang Bolong region. In there, they found a cave. Adipati Surti immediately do meditation in the cave. After several days, Adipati Surti heard someone's voice. "Stop your meditation! I will grant your wish, but you must first meet my terms." Adipati Surti opened his eyes and saw a beautiful girl like a goddess from heaven in front of him. The beautiful girl name is Suryawati. She was a messenger of Nyi Loro Kidul, a master of the Southern Sea. The term that prospected by Suryawati was that Adipati Surti must be willing to stay with her in the Southern Sea with her. After long thought, Adipati Surti agreed Suryawati's terms. Shortly after that, Suryawati took Adipati Surti's hand to the shore where flower reef was. When Adipati Surti's hand touched Suryawati's, Adipati Surti felt his soul fly away with Suryawati while their bodies stayed still in the ground. "Those are the reef flowers," said Suryawati, pointing at swallow nest. "You can cure the queen's illness by consuming those reef flowers," answered Suryawati explained. After he saw back to his body, Adipati Surti immediately took quite a lot of swallows' nests. After that, he was back to the palace with his two servants in the palace. The king was very happy to see Adipati Surti return with herbs that could help his queen. And then Adipati Surti told everything about that happened to him and how to cure queen's illness. After consuming swallow nest for several days, the queen began to regain her health. The king was so happy that he intended to give everything that Adipati Surti asked. However, Adipati Surti remembered his promise to Suryawati. He did not want to break a promise. Adipati Surti thanked the king about everything, but he must go back to Karang Bolong as he promised. The king is said to could not repay Adipati Surti's debt of bringing his queen back. Adipati Surti also was a good, humble, and loyal. However, the king must let Adipati Surti go. Sanglar and Sanglur also want to go too. They did not want to see their master go alone. Adipati again, Surti and his two loyal servants went to Karang Bolong region. Once more, as they arrived at Karang Bolong, they made a simple house, and once it was complete, Adipati Surti meditated. Not long after that, his soul separated from the body and met Suryawati. "I come back to fulfill my promise," said Adipati Surti. Then Adipati Surti and Suryawati married and lived happily in Karang Bolong. Finish. Thank you for the attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.